What is good, people? We are live. Welcome to the Acrossthepond podcast. Our first live stream, bro.
Yeah, bro. First time. I'm excited, bro.
Coronavirus is finished.
Can I have a link?
Sort of.
Yeah,
Our ears are looking a little better
on my trim.
as we do. We've got the drinks. I've got a zero sugar one. It's our first one, which we're going to be doing like every single week now, every single Thursday, 8 p.m. Yeah. I think it works best because everyone in the US, it's
man, for both viewers.
It's time coming off. But if you can't make it tomorrow, we'll have the podcast on at Friday. So it's changed a little bit. Instead of it being out on what we usually do is we have it out on Thursday. Instead of that, we'll have the recording here, which is easier because we don't have to rush too much, and then we can get everything set up for tomorrow, and then it can be. But we're here. We've got a whole show ready, like we'd usually do on a podcast.
Season 3, bro.
Season 3?
Season 3,
we'll make it Season 3.
Yeah.
All lives, and then we're also going to be doing like special episodes as well, where we're basically doing the same thing as this, but all we'll be doing is we'll be sitting down, we'll be talking, and instead of like talking about the news, we'll be talking about subjects. For example, we could talk about, who do we think had the best? Do we think had the best quarterbacks to ever play their game? Little things like that, and also we'll continue with our interviews, which we'll be doing. Maybe we can get some live interviews as well. That'd be quite good.
That'd be dope, man.
And we can get people on the show so you can interact with them. This is our first time doing it, so we ain't expecting many viewers or anything. It should be good though. We can continue to upload these onto our podcast, upload these onto our YouTube channel. So if you are new, maybe you're not watching this live, make sure you follow us or subscribe to us and see what we're doing. But the show has started. We have gone on to our first thing, and I think it's time. Refresh the taste. Oh my God, this taste.
What is the ass, bro?
It says it's ultra price.
What flavor is that, bro?
I don't. It tastes like an off like apple lime mix, and I'm not. Yeah, no, that was not that was not the right pick for this. It's not going to go down with me for the whole thing.
I have to swap out, bro.
For what?
Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but I need something. Whenever we do these podcasts, just like it dries. Like every single time we do one of these podcasts, my throat completely dries up, and it's not fun. So having a drink, I usually have a Lucozade because I usually finish work and I'll bank straight on a Lucozade. But I mean, a bit of anything maybe help me out a little bit.
Drink Lucozade like that, bro.
Well, the big Lucozades.
Which flavor?
Caribbean Crush.
Okay.
Every single time. I don't know how many of our viewers will know Caribbean Crush, but like for me,
they fucked up the orange, bro. That shit does not hit the same. They changed something.
Yeah,
when the sugar tax hit, that shit.
It feels way less refreshing than it usually does,
bro. It's like too simple, bro. Like I can taste that. It's just thick. Like
maybe your taste buds
never that, bro.
Maybe the taste buds like maturing, and instead of you like actually having the kid flavors, where now you got the adult flavors, and now you got to drink shit like maybe this or you going.
Yeah, we're for the pedal of bro, Polish beer, bro.
Then I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna drink it. Like I can tell you that now. I hate, can't stand beer.
You get on the wave, bro. You get on the wave.
Not on beer. We should get into our first topic and kick this shit. And watch this, bro. Like here's for the viewers. We actually have these little banners that we can put across. So if you see me going down like this, it's to change the banners because we're controlling the computer. It's the first time doing it, so it's new. But look, watch this, bro. Live NFL chat. Look how smart this looks. But here we are. First topic today, and it is Julio Jones. It's been a wild ride. First, let's discuss one thing though. NFL news has been.
Yeah, bro, it's been dry, bro.
Dry. It's that time of the season. I was talking to some stocks who's on time of the year when there is no news. The draft's finished. There's not.
It's gonna be dead for a couple months. Bro.
No free agency. I mean, there's camp coming up.
Bro, no one cares about camp, bro.
I think the people who care about camps are for people who have teams are competing. If your team can compete or has potential, like for example, like the Patriots camp, the only thing I'm interested in is who's going to be the quarterback, who's going to play the best. And but other than that, there's not. It's only rumors from inside the camp as well.
Realistically, though, it never really ends up being like half the time it's not even the person who's starting in camp is who's starting week 1. It's just like I don't pay attention. Bro, I need to barely even pay attention to preseason, bro.
Oh, the preseason is gonna be. I don't know. I mean, I'll be happy. The only reason I like preseason is I know we've got football back. Like it's just a sign of knowing we have football back, and that's the only thing I like about preseason. But I mean, there'll be some news, but
at the same time, bro, it's like it's cool to see the starters get the rookies out there, but then, bro, it's just like most of the game I have to watch people.
Game 4, you're ready for regular season.
Bro, it's not even, what is it? Is it 2? It's not even going to be in the league in
2 week break
time.
I think after the preseason. I mean,
what
is that 2 weeks?
No, bro. They go straight into it normally.
Well, they're changing everything now because of the.
I don't know. Like if there may be, but normally it's just they just jump straight into.
I think we're running with a few games different, but let's crack on to our main point. News is dry. Julio Jones has been going around the market for like a couple weeks now. Like since we took our break off, I mean Julio Jones is in the news then, so and it's still going on now. So let's rerun the people over if not been keeping up with it. Julio Jones basically wants out of Atlanta. Like that's a straight fact. I think Atlanta are out, done with him. They don't want any more to do with him. He needs a team. But first of all, though, I want to ask you: Atlanta want a first-round pick. Fair?
I don't know, man, because obviously he's a very good receiver. I think a little bit past his prime, but. At the same time, he's a good, especially a contender. So, kind of. I don't know if a first round is fair.
Well, a first round and something else, I think, is what they want. I mean,
if they want a first round, that's all I'm giving, bro. Like, I ain't really doing too much fun in the first round. Well, if they want a first round, like the 7th round or something, yeah, maybe. But
or a small player that might be able to like bunk up the team or fill the hole. So, for example, if you're getting Julio Jones, you give him a first round and maybe like a wide receiver who's not.
Man, kick with David Putney, bro, draft day.
On draft day.
For instance, some random person like that, bro.
I mean, to be fair, like, I understand it being the first round. You want, I mean, he is a talent, bro. Like, you got to get something out of him.
He's been one of the consistently best receivers the last decade, I guess. So,
and if you team wants to put that first round on him, maybe you keep him for another year. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it will be a good environment to keep him in.
Yeah, because you don't want to be there, bro.
Yeah, like, he wants to be traded.
Yeah.
So unless he
actually, I would want to been traded too after that fucking Super Bowl performance.
Oh yeah, true.
Bro. I made that catch to keep us in it, and then you go ahead and get sacked or whatever the fuck it was, bro.
We're talking about him now as a wide receiver who, in a way, I guess we're sort of disregarding him and saying, "Oh, he's not really a first-round talent." But you think
that? Bro. The thing is like I looked up his stats so I could know the week or whatever, and it's like, bro, like 2 seasons ago he had like 1,400 yards, something like that. So like,
at the moment it was like Julio. It's like just Julio Jones, like, but a couple years back he's in the Super Bowl making some of the biggest catches. If they would have won that Super Bowl, that catch would have went down as one of the most important catches.
Yeah, it's just forgotten.
Right, it's like the Edelman catch is now that catch. But he is still a Super Bowl contender. Like he could play.
Let's be honest, he should have a ring. Yeah,
easily.
So,
and if he was with a better team and a better quarterback over his career, he would have a ring.
Yeah,
exactly. He would have something.
So as well.
So I mean, he is a quarter. To be fair, he's a quarterback's dream.
Yeah.
To have someone with size, speed, and the ability to catch the ball, and especially if you're looking at rookie quarterbacks or young quarterbacks. So at the moment, his teams are sort of the Chargers, young quarterback with Justin Herbert. The Patriots, if Matt Jones plays in, young quarterback with him. I mean, if Cam Newton, if not, Cam Newton and Julio are close. So there's 2 QBs who want to play with him. And then we've got the other contender being the Titans, who's Ryan Tannehill, isn't a young quarterback, but
like that's the thing. None of those really make sense to me. Like none of them make sense because the Chargers aren't contenders. Neither are the Patriots are probably the best out of the bunch, but even they're gonna have a struggle to come even second in their division. Like respectfully, like. And then the Titans, they've lost so many pieces. They're not gonna be this. They're not even gonna get to the same point they were last. It's way too early to tell, but I don't even see them making the playoffs.
Well, he wants a team that can win.
Yeah.
Right. Like he said that with Shannon Sharp on live TV, he wants a team that can win.
Yeah.
And that's why ultimately the Cowboys were taken out of the equation because they can't win. They've got a defense that is on its last legs. They had so many offensive pieces, but defense. At the end of the day, defense is so critical to actually winning games.
Yeah.
So if we talk about maybe he thinks he can bring something to these teams that potentially can change that. You know what I mean? Like that winning attitude. That sometimes it's just that one missing piece.
Yeah.
And I think a team that has a solid defensive foundation, sure, you go to a team like that.
Yeah.
But then also it's about who's willing to put that first round, who needs you, and who thinks it work well. Some coaches won't want to work with them.
Yeah.
Not everyone's happy with picking up the main guy. So if not those teams, if you were Julio, where do you think he should land?
I mean, if it was out of those,
for example, they're taking any offers. By the way, it doesn't need to be a team that would give the first round. Where would you like to land as Julio?
As Julio, looking as it's like I've said this a lot of times on past episodes. At this point in his career, looking for a ring. He wants to, as he said himself, he wants to win.
Mm.
So it's obviously, I think it's a narrow group of teams. I don't know, man. Like it's tough to say because I could say any of the you like a team like Buffalo, if they added a receiver like that could be crazy.
Winning team.
That could be they're a winning team.
There was a team that you bought when we were talking about this earlier, which is the Cardinals. Like, the more I think about it, more it strangely makes sense. With DeAndre Hopkins was bragging on, I'm sure they would have a good connection.
It depends just what type of receivers, because like I guess you could say like I feel Hopkins and Jones are kind of like they're similar in a sense, but I think it could work because they're not exactly the same. Like Hopkins is 5'10", 5'11", and then he's like Jones like 6'3" or something. So I think it would work, to be honest. Like I definitely think that'd be a good place to go. They're a team that is getting better. Just signed Watt, obviously, and I think added him that would make a big
defense as well.
Yeah, it'd make a big impact. So, so what you said from the teams that you mentioned, I think the Patriots will definitely be the best one because they're one of the teams that's like they made a couple signings in the off season, They've definitely gotten better. I think that signing will kind of push them further up into contention,
and also
it give them a veteran, solid receiver that can be that number one option for them.
Well, imagine Mac Jones doesn't make it out starting. Cam Newton comes out into the season. Yeah. Julio has already expressed his interest in playing with Cam Newton. So when you already have a player in that squad who, a potential player who could be joining likes them. Yeah. But the one thing about the Patriots that I worry about is, do you feel like, Bill Belichick showed it in this offseason that he had that one bad season last year, and in the offseason he hit hard. So do you think he's still willing to play hardball and give him a first round pick? Because usually Bill Belichick, he doesn't like giving shit out. He's never been the guy to fall for a player and put everything on the table. He usually likes to take a 5'11" white guy who's working at Target and take him into a wide receiver, not put a first round pick into a star wide receiver who's already established. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Does he still come with that mentality?
Bro, I don't know, man. Because at this point, bro, it's clear. If that's like a win now move, in my opinion. If they trade for him, that's like showing they want to win now. Yeah. Do I think they have enough talent to win anything like of substance now? No, I don't think that. I think it's gonna, as I said, it's gonna be a struggle for them to come second. So, in the division, so. I can see him doing it purely because you lot have lost. Like, you didn't do well last season, and like he switched up with the free agency. So I can definitely see him doing it. But the question of whether he will do it is, I'm not sure.
How long has Julio got left in the tank? Is he like?
I'd say
first round. Can he stay with the team a couple of years?
Yeah, exactly. Because you really have to look at it. That first round pick realistically will probably, depending if they're a bust or not, they're gonna give you 3 or 4 years at least on the rookie deal. And it's like you want the same from him, or at least a very good,
like 2 productive years.
Yeah. So I think he will give 2 generally productive years. The first year will probably be quite good, and then second year will decline a bit, but will still be okay. But I think he needs a team that can realistically win it within the next 2 years. Because if not, I think it's kind of going to be pointless.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like a team that's rebuilding slowly, they just had a complete reshift. Yeah, they don't really make any sense to me.
But that's sort of what the Patriots.
That's what he's had. So
been in.
So I feel like he would.
The Chargers, you could say a reshift will change with the head coach. Yeah. The head coach getting fired last year. New quarterback going into his second year. Most of these teams are sort of on the at the top three we've named are sort of on the verge of changing their dynamic. Yeah, so that. But maybe that's what they need is a guy like him.
Yeah, maybe, but that's the thing. I think that those teams are lacking in other areas. I don't think like adding him is gonna make them Super Bowl contenders or like gonna make them deep playoff runs. It's like by the time they get to that point, I think he will have already been past what's left of him.
But there's a lot of you talk about taking them straight to the Super Bowl. There's not many players that could unless they're like a star player like a.
But I'm not saying like a player
like Tom Brady went to the.
Well, yeah, but it's not even about the player. It's about the team. That's what my point is. It's like I don't think the Chargers adding, Julio Jones is gonna make them a Super Bowl contender. I think the Bills adding Julio Jones would make them a Super Bowl contender. Like they're teams that they've shown they can go deep into the playoffs, but they need some extra help. Extra piece. So I think like it'd be scary on the Bills, if like I don't know, I was gonna say the Seahawks, but they've got Metcalf as kind of similar receivers.
True. So, having another piece is never
never
a downfall.
Just like I'm thinking like if you added Mike to a team to the Dolphins, I don't think they would really need him because I think their core is very good now. But even if there's like a veteran presence to be there in the rotation, I think it'd be good. But it's kind of teams like the Bills, the Dolphins, like those type of teams that are trying, the Cardinals as well, that are like challenging. I think they're the type of teams who needs to be unrealistic.
I'm just imagining in my head. I don't know if it's possible with cap space, but imagine if you moved to like KC.
The Chiefs. I was thinking about earlier. Right,
it would be. I don't know if it's possible with
bro. I swear they have to re-sign like hella free agents, like either this season or next season or something.
Yeah, they've got it tough down there.
Yeah,
and it'll be difficult to bring that piece in. But I could just imagine if they had him, they would be a very difficult team to stop. But I'm just thinking in Julio's shoes, right? I think the biggest reason he left Atlanta was number one, he really wants out because he's probably sick of Matt Ryan, right? For a start, he wants a QB that. Look, Matt Ryan's a good quarterback, right? But the talent he's had around him for the past couple of years, like Calvin Ridley is a star receiver.
Yeah,
so that's a fact, and like he is one, in my opinion, one of the best receivers in the league. Like obviously not number one. But he's such a good wide receiver.
Top 15.
Easily.
Or something like
easily.
that. Yeah.
Maybe you could put him in maybe
top 10, maybe, yeah. I have to do a video on that.
True.
Top 10 receivers.
Or Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Julio
is not top 10
No, but in his prime.
Yeah.
While
in his prime, he was the best. I think he was the best at one point.
So what I'm saying is he's had this opportunity to go with Matt Ryan and win. They went to the Super Bowl, they lost, right? That's always... Whenever a team goes to Super Bowl, that always, and they lose, it always brings a team down. Like it, like when the Seahawks lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, right? That went from being the Legion of Boom to the Legion of, I don't know if this team can compete anymore.
Yeah.
So he's went to Super Bowl, he's lost, right? The team's not really gone anywhere the past couple of seasons. He wants, like I said, a team that can win, but not only that, but he wants a QB that is competent throwing the ball.
Yeah.
If I'm him and put myself in his shoes, I'm sick of Matt Ryan, right? Matt Ryan's experienced, but I want a QB who's going to compete.
Yeah.
A team that's going to compete, and a quarterback who isn't going to overthrow me when I'm wide open.
Yeah.
A quarterback who's going to get it into my hands, and not only that, but get into my hands when I'm contested. I'll make the catch.
Yeah.
So if you're him, you've really got to look at teams that have that quarterback. You can't. It's difficult to put yourself in a team where it's a young quarterback, even that with the Dolphins. Like two in his second year, he's not played a full year.
You don't know how that's gonna go because I feel like this is off topic, but to do with the Dolphins, it's like this season it's really banking on how well Tua plays or how well he progresses. So to the same token, for any other teams that are in a similar sort of position like that, there's gonna be some uncertainty there. So I feel like you want someone that's like
competent, really.
Just competent. Yeah.
You can throw the ball, you can get me the ball, and you're ready to compete. I mean, imagine him in with a quarterback on terms of Brady's level, Rodgers' level. A quarterback who will get you the ball. Like, I mean, if Rodgers stays, and that's a topic we talked about.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that as well.
But if Rodgers stays, I know that it's not, might not be likely, but if he stayed, and imagine this whole situation didn't go down, would he be good in a team with Rodgers, for example? Like, they only have really Devontae Adams,
like
good running back core.
That's the thing, like
competing.
The Packers is like, I think that's a move that if they made that move, like,
but Aaron Rodgers would have to be there. That's a fact.
Yeah, they would have to, otherwise there'd be no point.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers would have to be playing for him to want to join.
Well, yeah, bro, but they wouldn't even make that trade if Rodgers wasn't there.
True.
I don't know, bro. Like, the thing about the Packers is like, I think as far as their offensive struggles as well, I think their defense has problems.
Their defense has issues.
So, like, it's not like, I don't know if adding him would also kind of propel.
But look back to that NFC Championship game. The defense had issues, but
yeah,
the offense
they could have won that game.
Yeah.
It was kind of they didn't capitalize on their opportunities. So.
And not only that, you're going against a team that at that point were finely tuned. Like they really started clicking in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So imagine if they were going up against. Imagine the Bucs lost against the Redskins by like a miracle play, like towards the end, and then they go up against like the Saints or who else did the Bucs have to kick off? Was it? Oh, just the Saints, wasn't it? So imagine if they went up against the Saints, for example. Like they probably would have won that game, went to the Super Bowl, and with how the Chiefs.
With the Chiefs, that would have been up in the air, I think.
Yeah, I think it would have been a debatable game.
Yeah,
because
they probably would have won. If we're being honest, probably
if they could keep that pressure, like
it depends how old. I think that would be more on their defense, to be honest. But,
true. Yeah. So that sort of trade would obviously only really happen for Julio if Rodgers said this. This is all just theoretical. It's so difficult to pinpoint what he's doing when there's no. You've got teams. Every team's interested, right? If the price is right, every team's interested. You know what I mean? It's like if there's something up for grabs that you really want, like a PS5, and it's like, well, I'm willing to pay like a bit more money to get this PS5 because I can't find it anywhere. But when the calling price is 1,200,
Well, because it's like
if the price is right, everyone wants.
As you said, he's a good player, but it's not like how he used to be. So it doesn't it wouldn't excite me as much. To say, oh, I'm getting Julio Jones. If it was 2-3 years ago, it'd been like, wow, that's sick. But not really.
But maybe he's just a player corrupted by the system around him.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes
you've seen cases where players they perform better when they kind of get a new change of scenery. Yeah.
And it's usually players who are older and they want that refreshing scenery. He's been in Atlanta his whole life. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not from Atlanta and I don't know what Atlanta's like, but it doesn't seem like a place I would want to spend my NFL career, where my career is just being win a few games, lose lots of games, go to the Super Bowl, have a really good season, and return back to shit. It won't be a place that I would want to live. You want to live somewhere where, if
you're losing, bro, I want it to be like at least a relaxing, calm place, bro. Not necessarily relaxing or calm, but a good atmosphere, good environment.
Find yourself a nice neighborhood.
Bro, I don't even mean all that, bro. I mean just like a lit place like LA, like Miami, that type of shit. Bro.
Julio's getting old. Maybe you don't want that.
Yeah. We don't want to be in Miami, bro.
Maybe Julio.
Bro, maybe he's a golf guy, bro.
Maybe.
You don't want to be spending your afternoons playing golf, bro.
Well, in Atlanta, at least in Atlanta, you wouldn't want to.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Bro. That's my point. So.
But all we know is he wants out. Where he's gonna go is totally undecidable. But we talk about where he could go, where he should go, where we think he could go. But at the end of the day, we got 32 teams.
Bro, we ain't NFL GMs, bro. Like,
well, we got 32 teams who could pull the trigger if the price is right. I think everyone would pull that trigger if the price is right. Imagine if they asset or whatever would give him. It was sort of like DeAndre Hopkins, fucking Texans trading away for a fucking chocolate bar. And a drink, you know what I mean? There's David Johnson. Like, if the price is right, you take him. You know what I mean? You take the player because he is a player that will make a difference no matter what. Teach wide receivers in the room, teach quarterbacks in the room, teach the offense in the room. He's got that experience. He knows how to play. He will teach people. You take him if the price is right. If the price isn't right, then it limits it down. And I think we're at a stage now where the price is quite high with first round pick. Not everyone wants to get rid of that, especially if you've got places you're eyeing up next year's draft. I want this player. I want that player. So the price has got to be right. First round, it limits it. It's just now, I think, who wants to pull the trigger. And I think Julio's in the position where he doesn't know if another team will come calling that he likes. So if the team's sort of valuable, I'll go.
Yeah, go.
I think it's the first team that actually makes that move. He'll probably go like with side. Atlanta will get rid of him.
Yeah.
First round pick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're going to lose him anyway. It's going to be shit with him there, without him there. And I mean,
they got Kyle Pitts, bro. I ain't got too much to worry about. You got another guy's career to waste, bro.
Yeah, true. Maybe make him into the next Julio Jones.
Yeah, maybe.
And then, I mean, he's got the body for it. He's got the frame for it.
Yeah.
He's still a natural tight end, but maybe he can.
They might move him to receiver, bro.
Maybe he can bust it out.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of Julio Jones, that's all I can.
That's all the rest.
That's it. It's rough. It's rough with Julio Jones. So, but we can move on to our next topic, and before we do, we'll take a little break. For anyone who's listening on YouTube, we're going to be putting this onto a podcast. So if you want to say hello, you can also talk to us and put your opinions in below. Subscribe if you want to be around. We'll take little breaks during our podcast, and this will be an interview bit. But I mean, I'm ready for the season to start, honestly,
bro. I mean, I got basketball to keep me calm for now, but I'm excited, bro. After the draft, after seeing my team squad, bro, I'm ready to go.
I mean, the basketball season. I'm not a big fan of basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. Like when it gets to the finals.
Yeah, finals. Yeah.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
But any other time, I'm not that fussed. But what did surprise me is I was going over. Fucking hell, this stinks, man. It absolutely stinks,
bro. That shit always like
chicken and smoke. It smells nasty, but
it tastes pain. It smells like ash, bro. Yeah.
Chicken and smoked bacon, but the sauce they got on it makes it like. It's the only thing that I like really get. But even the smell when I first opened it, fuck me.
That's how the chicken and bacon wrap, bro.
Are they wrap?
They're wrap, bro. That should be busting, yeah.
It's not too bad, but
I mean, yeah, they're nice.
I was checking up on the NBA scores.
Bro, it's been crazy this season, bro.
The Knicks.
Oh, bro, I thought that was gonna be I thought that would be the closest series out of all of them.
What's the Knicks at now then? So it's the
Knicks. No, they basically got gentlemen swept in it. It was 4-1 to the Hawks.
To the Hawks, so
yeah,
was that last night that I think?
Yeah.
Last night, I remember seeing like a video of like Trae Young dropping like some 3-point, and it was like Trae Young rules New York or some shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's kind of like there's the Lakers Suns match tonight, and it's like LeBron could go out for the first time ever in the first round of his career. Yeah,
first time ever.
Yeah, there's an elimination game tonight where there's speculation on whether AD is going to be playing or not.
Yeah, it's questionable on game.
Yeah, he was injured last game. I think for them, I think it's going to be risky because if he plays and he aggravates anything, let's say even they win the game,
they go into the playoffs.
Let's say they win the series, but he aggravates it, then that could be Pete, bro. Because then for the rest of it, yeah, they're down a man. So it's gonna be interesting. It's at 3 a.m. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I wanna watch it, but I don't know. I might have to set the alarm, bro. I think that might be too good to miss the potential. LeBron going out in the first round.
Would you be happy?
Yeah, bro. Fuck the Lakers. Like, LeBron used to be one of my favorite players. I grew some animosity towards him because of last year, and it's kind of the fans just hyping the Lakers up too much, and it's like kind of got the gut to me. But obviously, we lost in the finals, and it's like
against them.
Yeah, so I feel a lot better seeing as the Heat got swept as well. If they went out in the first round as well. Yeah, I think that made me a lot better. So I might have to watch it.
How does it feel going from the finals to getting swept in the first round? Tough.
It was tough, but I accepted it after the second.
You guys played good against the Bucks.
Last season, yeah. This year is different. They made some good improvements. They added some nice pieces.
Talking about the Bucks, right?
The Bucks, yeah. Added Drew Holiday. That was big for them. Bobby Portis. Definitely. I'm not gonna lie. Last year, I had very big confidence in us being able to beat them. This year, if they were the team I least wanted to face in the playoffs. So I was not confident about the series. I was thinking maybe I'm tripping, Heat in 6, or maybe Heat in 7. After the first quarter of the second game, I soon learned that was not happening.
Yeah,
bro.
they blew it hard.
Yeah, bro, I can't, bro. I was so mad, bro. I was at least probably silver menace to society at that point, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It was mad.
There's one thing to me about basketball, like with their playoff system, is obviously when you're watching the NFL playoffs, it's one game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But when it's the NBA, you know your team's going up against an absolute powerhouse, and they blow you out in the first game, second game, and you just got to watch 2 other games. If you want to support your team, you all got to watch 2 other games and just get their ass absolutely kicked.
I mean, it's like anything can happen in a series, but it's like
when
the first game was so close, and it's like I was gutted after we lost that, and obviously I told you about that. It's like I was so annoyed because it's a game we could have stolen, we could have won. I think I would have changed the momentum, the mindset, the momentum. They would have dampened their mood a bit and stuff. But after we lost that first game, it's like it's one thing to lose, but it's another thing for the next 3 games to be like completely unenjoyable. Like they were just blowouts, and it's just like so. I kind of accepted it. I was kind of gutted, but it's like. I accepted it earlier in the series. It was gonna lose, so it is what it is, man. We'll just re-up next year with some new players, maybe. Have another go at it. Huh?
Think you got a shot?
I mean, going forward, I think if we make the right moves,
going forward.
Well, if we make the right moves this off season, I definitely think so. Yeah.
Well, before we get on to our next topic, we break our chill out time before we move on to the next one. We break the what do they call it when it's like a break in between the show? It begins with an I. I can't get it off. I can't get it off my head.
Bro. Let me just think about my pro English
skills.
Words, yeah.
I was like the dictionary.
Oh, bro, I got. It's the intro, the info. No, bro.
You know what I mean? It's on like the tip of
the tongue. No, bro. I literally, bro.
I know. I was thinking like the interim or something like that.
Oh,
it's
intermission, bro.
Intermission.
That's it.
We're in our intermission. Before we finish our intermission for our podcast, our live, we will keep it running, and this is how we do it. Our podcast. We'll cut this shit out so people don't have to hear it way longer than it is. But before we finish our intermission, and
we got Kelsey in the live
potentially.
No, bro, she commented.
Yeah, we got it. I think she's been our only viewer. I think. Who do you think will be our? Who do you think will be the NBA champion
this year? Bro, if the Lakers go out, because I think the Lakers, no matter what happened throughout the regular season, like they was injured a lot, but assuming they go out. I don't know, man. I think the Suns are making the finals. Either Utah.
This team, the Suns weren't even in the bubble.
No, they were. They went 8-0, bro. But they didn't make the playoffs because there was like 2 shit before. So like the other teams kind of knocked them out.
Oh no, I'm in the playoff bubble.
Yeah, they weren't in the playoffs. Yeah. So I think I like the Suns and the Jazz the most in the West because the Jazz have a relatively easy road to the finals, and they're playing good, man. They've got quite a complete squad. And then in the East, I'm liking the winner of the Bucks and Nets.
You just got to give me who do you think is going to win it?
Win it all.
There can't be but if
can I say 2 options?
Go on.
Bucks or Nets. The winner of Bucks and Nets will win the finals. Yeah.
Fair play. I mean, I know the Nets were like a power team.
Yeah.
The Suns though. Is it Devin Booker?
Devin Booker, Chris Paul.
Kelsey's favorite player. I think. Wait, no. No. Her favorite player would be someone from UK.
From the UK.
No, UK basketball. Kentucky Wildcats.
Oh, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Probably Tyler Hero or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put it in there. She's still
if you're in the chat.
We'll break our intermission. Let's roll on to our next one. Let's drop the fancy banner which is going, and it's time to move on to our next one, which is fantasy football. And I know you've not been a huge fantasy football.
I already follow fantasy football. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I ain't gotten into it, but
you know how it works, though, right?
Of course it is.
Right. So fantasy football is I mean, I don't really have to say this, but everyone who listens to this will know what fantasy football is, or roughly what it is. Just based on how players play, your points go up or they play bad, the points go down, whoever wins. It's just like playing a matchup. You pick your players. It's all offense with kickers, and then you also have a defense. You can't pick defensive players. Maybe in some leagues, but the league I play in, you just pick a defense. And actually, I've still got the app. We can whack up some things here, but it's time to really talk about fantasy football, and we'll try and get you in. And who we got? Like I said,
it is Tyler. Yeah.
She only liked him when he went off in the playoffs. Before that, not too much. Let's see.
Hey, gotta respect it, man.
We can find. I think we can find. Oh no, it might have killed it off because it's the new season's actually started.
Yeah.
I could find who was in our last year, but yeah, essentially you get the draft. I was doing like 3 leagues. I didn't win any leagues. Yeah. I'll tell you that now. But the fantasy football is like have you played a season yet? Have you ever played a season?
Never. I haven't even, bro. I've played like, or keep in mind, bro. Like I played fantasy like English football, bro, like once in my life as well, and I played it for like a week or 2, bro.
Never played that.
You never played it?
Why would I play that?
I don't know. At one point, obviously, I like football, but in all the time, I've never done it because
I saw the same thing.
I don't have mates that like American football, apart from you, really. So, and I just never got into it.
Well, you know roughly how it works then if you play the English one, right? And I think, well, let's get into teams this year. Obviously, you got to pick the best player. You got to go up in the draft. You go for like 6-7 rounds, depending. Let me ask you this: let's train your brain for fantasy football. Let's get you in shape for, because you're going to play. I'll get you in a league this year.
Come.
Let's get you in shape. So here's what you have, right? You have your quarterback. You have your running back. Yeah. You have.
I know NFL positions.
No, but in fantasy football.
Yeah.
So you have your quarterback, you have your running back.
Yeah.
You have your wide receiver, number 1.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, number 2.
I know that, like, you just pick a defense. Like, you just pick a defense.
And then you also have a position where it's like a special where you can either put like a running back or wide receiver in there. And then you have your kicker and then your defense. They're your positions. You got, 7 positions or something like that.
They just not care about O-line.
No. There's like, there's some leagues where, I think there's some leagues where they do cater for that thing. But
it's local, like real
the
life.
Majority,
Yes.
And they don't care for defense really. Like individual players of defense, it's just the defense. Oh, whose defense is good? You know what I mean?
Low key, it'd be kind of long, bro. Like we ain't trying to play Madden.
Yeah, like a whole. You got to pick every single player on each side of the. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Obviously, you got to think like the best players going into the season, but just pick your dream team. I imagine you get to pick everyone you want again. Who are you going to take for your quarter? So you know how roughly works. You see me play when we watch football. It's like if your quarterback scores touchdown, 6 points. If the running back scores 6 points, you get the kicker who gets the 7 point. If they throw an interception, it takes away points. So you've got to really think about how many. So like for a quarterback, how many yards is he going to throw for? How many touchdowns is he going to throw for? Running back, is he going to get a 100-yard game with 2 touchdowns? Perfect. You know what I mean? Wide receiver, he's got to catch a lot of balls. You know, like if he gets 10 yards, you get points. I think 10 yards is 1 point. If he gets 100 yards in a game, that's 10 points plus like 2 touchdowns. You know, that's a lot.
What's like a good amount of weekly points?
So it depends what position you're at. But if you want a good quarterback is putting up between like 25 and high 30s, and potentially will go like a 40 game.
Yeah.
Running back, you want them solidly around like a 30. They want to get like a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, maybe like fingers crossed, some good amount of running yards. Wide receivers, I mean, they could be variable. Some wide receivers can have. I was having Tyler Lockett, right?
Yeah.
And at the start of the season, Tyler Lockett he was going off. And then towards the end of the season, he was getting like 7 points a game, 6 points a game. Right. I wish I could get it back up because I was having. Do you remember that one week where Tyler Lockett and Russell Wilson just connected? I think it was a Thursday night football game.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
And he was dropping like high 60s.
Yeah.
The high 60 game. And that single-handedly won me the game.
Yeah. Bro, I'm not sorry. I'm just kind of distracted. Like, can you smell that?
I can smell
Lucky like someone's cooking some busting barbecue, Loki, or some rib.
I don't know where it's from, but it smells nice.
Yeah.
And I know I've got this chicken bacon sandwich.
Yeah, but that shit was just distracting.
We should have closed the window. I don't know where it's coming from.
Bro, it might be my neighbors, it might be from my kitchen. I have no clue, bro.
It smells nice.
Shit's my boss.
Whatever it is, it smells nice.
Yeah, man.
But this food. Positions. You think about it, yeah. Give me who would be your quarterback as a reality. There's no other real people drafting. Or everyone who's drafted is
Mahomes, obviously.
Is stupid. You want Mahomes?
Yeah.
Running back. I mean, you can get 2 running backs if you want.
Bro, what was I about to say? The Linear Walker, bro. I'm tripping. Bro, the guy from Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he's had some good games.
Yeah. Maybe Aaron Jones.
I had Aaron Jones last year.
Yeah.
Peace.
Wide receivers.
2. Or you can pick you already picked Aaron Jones. You're gonna have him as your special.
Yeah.
So you don't want any of the wide receivers there. So you get tight end as well. How did I forget tight end? You get tight end as well.
So I pick maybe I pick Gesicki, fam.
As a tight end.
Yeah.
He's not bad tight end. He'll make the catches.
I mean, if I could have anyone,
I think the top. I think the top ones last year were Kelsey because he had some of the highest receiving stats in the league.
When he broke the record,
so he had his receiving stats were off the charts. I think Zach Ertz is always one up there that could be a contender.
Yeah, but no, he's like
not this season, but like last year. Gesicki was quite good last season as well. Hunter Henry was doing really well at the start of the season. I'm thinking of Hunter Henry. Who was he plays for the Raiders, I think, actually. Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Not too bad in tight end position. Tight end position is one of those where it's like they could either be really good or really bad. I drafted what's his name? Went to the Falcons. Is it Austin Hooper?
Hooper, yeah.
He used to play for the Browns.
At one point in his career, yeah.
Yeah, and then
I remember he caught a catch in the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure.
Let me check who I'm talking about, but I'll tell you his name and you'll be disappointed who I picked. And I picked this guy. So I think he plays for Cleveland now, I think.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I think. And
bro, I was about to say Brian Hartline, bro.
What?
Brian Hartline, bro. He's like OG, bro, official.
Oh yeah, no, it was Austin Hooper, yeah. So he did play for the Falcons. He went to Cleveland. My assumption was, this guy is coming into a team where David Njoku was injured the season before.
Well, what happened to him? I saw he just like low-key.
He had an injury and then he just couldn't really get off the base. Yeah. I think he went to a new team and he just really.
Is he in the league?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, it was only last year he went to a new team, and he sort of dropped down. He dropped down on that. But yeah, I picked Austin Hooper up. Right, my assumption was Baker Mayfield's going to be ready. The offense is going to be good, bro. The offense is a good offense. Like if you have like Nick Chubb OBJ was kicking shit off at the start, and I was like, good offense. I was like, quarterback might need to utilize it. He probably will get like a touchdown a game minimum. There was no good. Like once you get past the first couple picks on the tight end, if you pick late, it's just like pick whatever you get. You know what I mean? And I was like, maybe Austin Hooper will be a good pick. And he was like one of the quarterbacks that the Titans I had on the board. I was like, I'll take him. Fucking worst decision of my life. I traded him after three weeks, and that was because after 3 weeks I was sick of him.
Bro, I mean,
but I had Mike Gesicki on another team, and he kicked shit. I didn't even care when we played it. When the Patriots played him, I was watching it. I was like, I hope the only passes that go is just to him. Was he injured on our second game? Well, he got injured. He got injured around that time, didn't he?
No, I think he was I think that was like the game where half the
he definitely did get injured.
Yeah, the wide receivers just didn't play for us. Yeah, I think he definitely was, because I remember. I think I even said this to you. That was the only reason I was kind of worried about that game. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been worried at all. But I think that was we had no wide receivers available.
Yeah. I remember. And you know what? Not bad.
Yeah, very decent game.
But yeah, I mean, Mike Gesicki, he'll make catches.
Yeah.
And you get a catch.
I think he's a top 5 tight end in the league. I think even Travis Kelce even said that.
For this segment, we're going to talk about top 5 fantasy.
Or fantasy. Well, going back to what I was saying, about the receivers, I think I'd put either DK Metcalf or Hopkins, and maybe like Stephon Diggs or something.
Diggs is a good player.
Yeah.
I had some guy try, I think it was week 6, he was bugging me to get Diggs. I was like, if you want Diggs, right, here's what we're going to do. You're going to give me like 3 absolute beastie players. So I'm not giving you anything like that. And he, no. 3 players, and that's it. I remember I was having a poo at work, and I was like,
that's a poo, you know.
I was having a poo at work.
Yeah.
I was sat on the toilet, and I got a trade request coming.
Yeah.
I looked at it. I was like, taking the piss. He was giving me like Devin Singletary. He gave me one good player. He was, I think he offered me Mahomes, but Mahomes had some weird games last season.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like, Diggs is pulling me in yards. I said, here's what you can do. You can't give me Mahomes if you want.
Yeah.
Especially, you've got to give me 2 other good players. He wouldn't have it. And then Diggs went on to like bash, like, he was getting like 40-point games at times.
Bro, someone offered me Devin Singletary, bro. I blocked them straight away. I literally blocked them straight away.
I think he also offered me Philip Lindsay at a point, I think, if I'm right. I've also been offered Philip Lindsay. I was like, why would I want a running back?
Why would you want 2 running backs?
You have them on bench.
Yeah, but like, bro, like, it's not really. It's realistic. It's not really gonna be.
Well, I mean, you want 2 running backs. If you got Aaron Jones,
but you would have already had 2 running, or at least 1 running back.
My running back core. I think my running back core last season, on like the one I played with predominantly, I did have Zeke. Fucking hell, man, worst decision.
Well, no, he was injured, wasn't he?
He played like shit anyway. When he did play, he was like injured, not injured. So he wasn't reliable. I had Aaron Jones, which Aaron Jones is reliable all season. But like, that guy was catching passes out the backfield, left, right, side. But that's the thing about fantasy football. It's like it's so unpredictable. I think that's what makes it the best thing. It's like
it's kind of like betting a bit, isn't it? It's kind of just
there is a betting version of it.
Oh yeah,
and I would not like to play that.
No, but that's too.
Imagine
risky, I might give like £1 for it.
I'd hate every single player in the league if I had to bet money on like how they're gonna do. Like imagine they have like 1 drop catch. That could have won you like some a good bit of cash.
I'll be waking up with black Air Force energy, bro, every day, bro. I know that's why I low key. Even just the non-thingy version, bro. If I actually got invested in it, bro, I feel like that shit will piss me off.
Need to get you in the league.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've got the official.
I reckon for the first season you're gonna struggle.
No, because obviously I got the official GM skills, so I should be able to actually pick the right plays and stuff, but. On the rare occasion, you got
to imagine it's a draft, so you don't really get the first picks. You can say I want Derek Henry, but he's going to go top 6, top 7.
Yeah, that's why I have to use the knowledge, bro, to scout the best players.
I like taking
best available players.
I like taking risks on players in fantasy football. I like taking risks on rookies who are coming in to start. Like I picked up Tua to see how we do 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, picked him straight away. He's on my team. Did do great. He got
it's not even. He just didn't like throw for any yards, bro.
And then in terms of fantasy football, that's also good. You can win a game. That's not giving you any more points. You can lose a game in fantasy football. Like the player can lose a game, goes off, get blown out, but it don't matter as long as he's getting points. That's all I care about. Like I don't care. The one good thing though, if you have people on your team, right, and your team loses, it's all right if they do well. Kind of like softens it, but if they do bad, it adds to the fire. So it's like a 50-50 hit and miss. Like you take it with a pinch of salt.
That's lucky why like I probably just wouldn't pick anyone on my team. But at least if like my team it's like a win-win.
What about Jaceki then?
Or maybe, but like
if I was Jaceki was on my team. What?
Nothing.
You got it?
Technical difficulties. It seems that I don't know, the alarm was going off. Let me just sort that out.
We can pause it. Well, we got the grub.
We got some food, bro.
We got the grub. Oh, it doesn't matter about the interruption now. What is this? That's what the smell was.
Yeah, it is what this is.
Oh, bring that into the camera, man.
Where should I put this shit?
No. Your mum's whipped up, bro.
Well, I have to put this here.
Your mum is whipped up. Not only that, this could be our intermission. For anyone wondering, Sean's mum has blessed us up with an absolute. When I say feast, bro, that's like a Turkish kebab. You got the skewers going, you got the breads going, you got the sauces going.
Everything, bro.
You gotta hit the flavors, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hit the flavors while talking about fantasy football.
Yeah,
How do you feel?
I have to tuck into this shit.
Tuck into it, bro. Tuck into it. Let's talk football, man. Let's talk football. Eat your food.
Yeah, bro. I mean, this shit for you as well, bro.
Just go, bro.
Bro, I know this is finished some chicken or something.
So the people on the podcast, explain what we've got going, man.
I mean, we got some salad, some chorizo, some bread, some sauce, got these. I mean, this is chicken and shit, busting. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like beef or like lamb or some shit, bro.
She must have done you lamb, bro. Let's try the chicken. Chicken out. We're going back to the skewer kebabs and everything, bro. Going back to fantasy football. While chewing on some chicken, kebab chicken. Where was we at? This food's distracting me.
I don't even know. I'm just talking about a trade or something. I don't even know, bro.
You're talking about players. Would you get them if they're on your team?
Yeah, no, like I think it's just one of them things you have to wait and see, because as you said, it's like you can't really determine it pre-hand because you're not gonna be picking first. So
You might be.
You might be, yeah, but it's not likely.
Going into next season, you have the first overall pick. Say, for example, in your first fantasy football team, who do you pick?
I'll pick like a good quarterback first.
Going into this season, right, I'm not feeling much hype around players as I am like last season before. Like I was hyped about different players that are these good, they're gonna go up, but no. I think after the year we've had, everything feels so unpredictable, and I don't know who to get. Quarterbacks unpredictable,
bro. Like
running backs unpredictable.
You think Mahomes is gonna be like normal after that one?
No,
that injury.
No, not only the injury, but I think
just the
loss is going to affect him mentally. Yeah. It's. Do
you think he's kind of weak in that sense, or do you think it's just gonna be one of them things?
Well, he did go to the AFC Championship.
He bounced back.
But it's quite an easy season. He just bounced back good from injuries, though. He got injured week 4 in Denver after the Super Bowl season.
Yeah.
He came back. He won the Super Bowl.
That's true. Right.
But when you're looking at fantasy football, it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, as long as he plays like an absolute beast. He's all. I swear, all of his wide receiving core is still there, right?
Yeah, I think so. But this shit is like chewy as fuck.
He's got some ASMR going as well.
Bro, that shit took like all the power to just bite that shit off, bro. I ain't finna lie.
I think that's lamb, right? You sure?
I think so, yeah. Unless it's beef and I'm tripping. Yeah, it looks like beef.
I'll give it that though. Chicken's nice.
The chicken was nice.
The chicken is very nice. The people are feasting. We'll definitely move on to the next bit. Is your light here?
Yeah.
Let's put up the lights. Let's get it going. We'll move. We got our quarterbacks. Let's get our top position. So, quarterback, Mahomes.
Yeah.
I kind of like Kyler Murray or Rodgers. If Rodgers was still with Green Bay, I'd pick Rodgers. You know, he is a fantasy football god.
I will pick him low-key regardless.
Or Wilson.
An option.
Or Wilson.
No, I wouldn't pick Wilson.
No,
I feel like I think he's good, but I just think like
he's good at the start.
He'll do good at the start towards the end.
That's how
exactly. Taylor.
Lamar's not bad in terms of running. My guy he can run like an absolute fucking beast. He picks up yards there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs, I don't really know. Who am I going to pick as my top running back? Nick Chubb is up there. Derrick Henry's up there.
You know, look, I don't think Derrick Henry's going to do as good this season.
Why?
Well, first of all, he rushed for 2,000 yards last season,
Mm-hmm.
which is just not like an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be hard to like replicate that. And two, I think the times are going to be worse. The receivers aren't going to be as good. So it may be a factor of fatigue and just having a good offensive line helps the run game. But another thing is having good speedy receivers that create separation. That also helps it. And I feel they've lost some of their pieces. So I mean,
hopefully he doesn't get to be on the Madden. Whoever's on the Madden cover, I'm not picking up in fantasy.
Yeah, I mean
that's a fact.
So then someone broke. Then Mahomes broke.
Mahomes broke it. No way. Yeah. Mahomes broke it, but that's just that's a one-time thing.
I won't know.
Maybe Brady puts on the cover. I think they're doing a double cover this year actually. Mahomes and Brady. I think.
Or is it?
I believe so. It's a bit up and down of what's going on. But fantasy football, wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins. Julio Jones maybe not top, but he could be a potential like backup reserve. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be up there. Mm-hmm. Who else is like one of the top receivers we would take for Tyler Lockett, Devontae Adams? Absolute tanks, bro.
Yeah, pick Jalen Waddle, man.
Why don't I pick Jalen Waddle?
We'll have a breakout
as my top breakout. Yeah, he's not even played a season. There's no you can't break out if you're not even played anything.
Breakout rookie season, bro.
Nah. That's just his rookie season. That is just his rookie season.
Yeah, breakout rookie season, bro.
It looks like you're having issues with that.
I'm making a bit of a mess, low key, but it's decent. It's just a bit chewy.
Is it chewy? We'll try it. We'll pop it up. But we have got a final segment, which is
links to that a little bit.
It what?
It links to the rookies a little bit. Well, it is about rookies.
It is about rookies. Mm-hmm. Bang it. Banner time, baby. Actually, wait. Let's take our intermission.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get on to our next segment, which is going to be talking about rookie QBs. Got a point. Yeah, it's true. But it's not bad.
Yeah, it's decent.
Last segment's going to be about rookie QBs. Intermission time.
Hey, so anyone watching the live as well, feel free to ask us questions. So.
I think it's just my girlfriend in right now. I think the idea is we will go Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play around with that next. See how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And potentially, we could change it.
We'll just see what works, bro.
Mm-hmm. We could change it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Right now.
Bro,
that would be stupid.
We could. Never know. You never know.
But that would be like literally just doing it for one segment. That wouldn't even make sense.
I'm eager to.
I mean, you can try if you want, but I don't know how that's going to work. Would you end it on this or would you keep it open?
Well, end it.
If you want to.
Let's move on to Twitch.
All right, bro.